Yeah, this is Talk Real. My name is James. Who I got to my right?
Tara.
Candy with 2 E's.
She.
And D.
All right, check it out. She's going to set it off right here. This beautiful Tara.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're going to talk about bad, disrespectful kids and how did we get here. Is it our fault or is it their fault? Now, I remember when I was growing up, if you did something bad, the lady on the corner got your bottom, sent you home. Mm-hmm. And when you got there, hopefully your mama didn't get you also. Now, today you can't say anything to anybody's child. Mm-hmm. You can't even say you're going the wrong way, where's your mother, where's your father. You can't say anything to anyone's child. Mm-hmm. So what is your perspective on that, and how old are your kids, and if you have kids, and what is the age group that you're finding the hardest to even say anything to?
Teenagers. My 18-year-old, literally, we just got through something because it's like kids don't know when they're being disrespectful nowadays. They feel like they can say and do anything they want to do. Mm-hmm. And as a parent, it's like, no, hey, I'm your parent still. Mm-hmm. You have to recognize when I'm being cool with you and when I'm your parent. But sometimes we gotta.
See, that's the problem.
That's what I was about to say. We can't straddle the fence. We can't straddle the fence being parents. And I found out that being a gentle parent ain't it.
Yeah.
It ain't it at all.
Because they will step on it.
I disciplined her. She was like, "Oh, I'm 18 now. You can't discipline me."
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I was like, "Whoa, okay."
And that's the age.
Being a parent is not about being anybody's friend.
No, at all.
It's not. At all. It really isn't.
At all. It's hard. It's hard.
You're trying to raise your kids the best way you know how. There's no real book, even though they have many books out there. But every child is different. So you have to attack it whatever way you can. But respect, it means a lot. It really does.
Exactly.
Well, let's get on something. Okay, I look at it like this. A lot of parents, let me speak for myself. It's like when you haven't been there in the kid's life for, like, say, like from the beginning. Let me tell my story then, because I keep it 100. Like even my son sitting over there. I wasn't in his life in the beginning. I raised him all the way to the age of 5. And I had him, you know what I mean, as an infant, making bottles and all that, right? So basically, I had to give him back to his mother because child support was after me from my other kid. And I said, I ain't going back to jail. So I left. If I hadn't had that child support on me, I would have had him all the way from an infant all the way till now. But he's back home with me anyway, because I love my kids. That's how I am. Now, at some point, I felt guilty, because I wasn't there. I get a little emotional, forgive me. Man. You don't know this father love for his kids. I just don't understand a man who will not be in their child's life. I did stupid things when I was younger. You understand? Stupid things I should not have done, which caused me not to be in my kids' life. But God knows, every single day I thought about them. Even when I was on the run, I said, I just want my babies. My son is here with me today. Back with his daddy. He knows I love him. Me and him had arguments. Now, let me tell you something. He got my genes, so he's strong. He's stronger than me. There was time when I yoked him up, I knew he probably could have got the best of me. But he restrained himself. Because he said, that's my dad.
Respect. It's all about respect. Yes.
Ain't about if he can whip my butt or not. He had that much respect for his dad. Because he knows every single password that I have on my phone has his name in it. This is my oldest son, 23. Now I have a 5 and 7-year-old. They got taken away from me. Okay? Their mother died. They got taken away from me. Now they're back home with me. They've been away from me for a year. My cousin was watching. But JT always go back and get his. You understand? Because my kids mean everything to me.
And it's how the kids are raised, and it's what the parents allow.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's like if you have a friend, your friend can't say anything to your child. Because some adults have animosity towards kids.
Yeah.
A lot of
Right,
adults
right.
do not know how to treat kids properly.
Right.
So a lot of times you have to check adults on how they treat kids,
Right.
True.
and then you have to,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because every
Yeah.
kid, you know, because a lot of people think that there's a kid, then because like one time my son said to me, just because I'm a kid, you think you can disrespect me and talk to me any type of way?
Yeah.
He's still a kid, but he still has feelings. So a lot of times you have to balance, you know, that.
Right.
That's true.
And that's a good thing that you said, the balance of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because kids miss certain things in their lives. Because I am not a parent, but I have partly raised some of my brother's kids. They were mostly with me. Those were the only nieces and nephews that I had a pleasure of helping him raise and taking them sometimes with me. Some went with me to work. His oldest daughter went with me to work, and she enjoyed it. And I don't know if Justin did, but I gave them love, and sometimes when you don't have kids, they gravitate to you more.
Right.
And maybe
Right.
he used to call me mommy. His son Justin used to call me mommy. I think his other kids call me mommy too. Then they call me grandma. But it's just the joy. It's the joy of people when they do have kids. And even though I don't, I had to accept what I had to accept. But I love kids, and I love anybody's kids, and all of them come to me. I mean, I had a host of kids. Me and my late husband pretty much was raising other people's kids too. They would just be around. So we fed them. We had a good time, but we also saw how some of the parents was raising their kids. Some don't raise them well, and sometimes my husband used to give people pointers about certain things.
So now, when you say, okay, let's get to the meat of it. When you said raise them well, what do you mean by that?
It has to do with the environment, what they're surrounded by, and like the way that I was raised. I was raised to go to church. I didn't want to go to church, and then I started liking church because I identify, and all kids don't identify as far as what it is to be associated with church and God, and how God has covered you and kept you is the reason why you should worship Him and all that other stuff. But some people, you don't get everything because you're not even thinking about that stuff when you're little. And I got it at an early age of my relationship with God. So when you're reared in the right, correct manner, not every kid's gonna get that.
Right.
But some kids have turned out to be great, have turned out to be like scholars and this and that, and just I've met some kids that have not that I have dealt with, but my husband has dealt with, that have made big time money and had to thank my husband because he was partly raising them too. So because he gave them good insights, he taught them well, he was very knowledgeable, and that's another thing. If you're knowledgeable and stuff, you can help raise other people's kids and give them some important information that they need to.
But the kid has to be able to
receive it.
Yes,
Yeah.
to absorb it.
That's
like a
true too,
sponge.
because sometimes they can be just some tyrants and just not able
my
to tolerate.
nephew. I'm sorry, Jay.
No, go ahead.
My nephew, his mother, she was on drugs.
Right, and that's
So,
another thing. Yeah.
My mother ended up raising him, but also, his, us, myself,
The village.
my brother,
village, yeah,
like you say, a village. It does take
It
a
takes a
village
village
to
to
raise
raise.
a kid.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest thing. Even
It's
when
not.
you try to do the right thing, you try to say the right thing
Right,
to them.
exactly.
But sometimes they either take and do what they're supposed to do, or sometimes they might take it, and just do what they want to do, and that's what happened with him.
A lot of it is DNA also.
Yeah.
Because I have foster child and I have a children that's adopted. No matter how much you show them, a lot of that is DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of it is
Right.
DNA.
'Cause- Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
the
mother, father,
bloodline.
drugs,
Right.
whatever is a lot of that is
Yeah.
DNA.
Yeah.
So you could do a lot of the destruction that you want to do.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be what it is.
And not only that, you know, I look at it like this. Like a lot of people don't know my story too. They said, James, you should have been so much further in life than you are now. Yeah, I did drugs. I did a lot of different things. You know what I mean? When you have a father that's supposed to protect you, and God rest my father's soul, me and him made amends, and I love him. But I have to tell my story to let people understand why I am the way I am. When you're being told you're stupid and you're ugly every single day when you're at the age of 5, all the way to 10, 11,
You have nothing.
and
Wow. Yeah.
and I believe that. Even still to this day, I have a very low self-esteem. All that I be fronting when I'm thinking I can get a girl. That's why it's hard for me. Like honestly, on some real stuff, I push myself to be able to speak to women.
Right.
When really deep down inside, I'm really nervous. I'm really scared. I'm just keeping it 100. Usually, sometimes I don't go after what I like. Sometimes I have to really like amp myself up because when I look in the mirror, I don't like what I see. I'm just being honest. I do not. I always find flaws in myself because that's what I was taught. You're stupid. You're ugly. I wish I never had you. You're never gonna be nothing.
Wow.
That's what I was told. You see? So I blame some of the parents. Now see, check this out. Listen to this. I was in front of a corner store. I seen a lady told her son, you stupid mother. You stupid punk.
yeah.
Yo, I don't, and then just pushed him into the wall.
Yeah.
I don't raise no punks.
Yeah. You see
You know what I'm
that
saying?
all the
Like,
time.
now don't get me wrong. I
I
told my kids I don't raise no punks, you know,
Yeah.
but the way this lady talked to her son because her father wasn't there, she tried to be a man. I said, I wanted to say something to her so bad, but see, you can't say nothing to nobody when they're trying to put their kid in
They'll
the right
fight you
place.
for the
Yeah,
kid.
They be like,
They'll
mind your
fight you.
business, because even me,
Yeah, they will.
when people say, oh, you shouldn't, I say, yo, shut up.
Mind your
Yeah,
business.
Yeah, they'll fight you though.
Yeah.
You know,
They'll
and
fight
so
your
I
kid.
blame some of the parents. Now,
Right.
Yeah.
I have never called my son. Have I ever called you stupid or ugly? Never. I always told them, what's the number one rule? Don't give up. I want my kids to have the esteem that I had, and that I still have to this. I'm still fighting. Some days is better than others. Some days I feel like, yeah, okay, I look all right. But most days, if you really knew my story, I hate the way I look. Most days. But there be some days I'm like, oh, I look kind of fly today. And I don't know where that come from,
I'd be like,
Because you need
But-
to say that to you.
Yeah.
but I need to tell myself that. But really, deep down inside, I have a low self-esteem. Okay? I have a very low self-esteem. And that is due to how I was brought up. Like, honestly, be careful what you tell your children.
That's it.
Even if you think it's not affecting them, say, you stupid.
Yeah.
And you say,
Yeah,
you don't even know how to do time table, you dumb.
Yes.
Don't say that. You have patience with them.
Right.
My little kids, my 5 and 7 year old, they get on my nerves. Sometimes I raise my voice at them,
Yeah.
but I will never ever tell them they're stupid.
Right.
Am I right? Every single day I tell them
I
how
never
beautiful
tell them
and
that either.
handsome they are. And I say my number one rule is never give up. All I ever did was give up on life because I felt I wasn't worthy.
so
You know?
what do you
Yeah.
think the difference is between parents back then and parents now?
It's really no difference.
It's worse.
No, let me tell you why it's no difference.
It's kind of worse though.
No,
Yeah.
no,
It's
no,
worse
no.
now. It's definitely
It
worse
is
now.
worse.
With what
but
you just
can I-
said,
can-
what you just said, that's well.
But let me tell you something. The people back in
I had
parents back in
cousins.
the days. Let me tell you why. And maybe it is worse, but I'm saying the old school. They used to whip you. They really was child abuse. They would take a switch and beat you.
Yeah, they'll.
And that's why some of these kids, some of the older people now are even bad because they got beat with extension cords,
Yeah.
all of that. You know
You
what I'm
having
saying?
reps on you?
Yeah.
Go to school.
Big time.
You're getting in trouble.
And they
'Cause
verbally
see the wep-
abused us back in the days too.
Yeah.
They really
They were.
did. They really did. And if you look at it, it was a lot of incest going on too.
Oh, we ain't even
A
gonna talk
lot
about
of
that.
fathers
A lot of
was with their daughters,
Yes.
even mothers
Yeah.
with their son.
uncles.
Okay,
and-
a
yep.
lot of
Yeah.
it was big back in the days.
Yeah.
Today,
still
I
happening
think
today.
it's still happening today, but I think it's slimmer now.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I
I
don't think so. I
no.
think it's a even massive.
more.
I think it's worse
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
With that story that's on the TV. Oh my God. This girl had about 8 or 9 kids.
Wow.
Was living in the basement. He had that thing
Her
built.
father?
Yeah. And then the
Sad.
mother was upstairs, like she was wondering where her daughter was.
Wow.
She probably went somewhere and she's living in Florida or something like that.
Wow. And she
That's
was
sad.
And
there
she
the
was
whole
there in the
time.
house, in the basement. The mother wouldn't go to the basement because I guess she was scared to go down there because the way that it looked. I'd be scared because it looked like a maze or whatever.
Yeah.
And the
And-
father got her
Yeah,
downstairs.
he built that thing just for that purpose.
So he's probably raping her too.
He was, because she had
Unbelievable.
8 kids.
Oh, the daughter had 8 kids.
8 kids from him.
So wait a minute.
Ooh.
And the wife couldn't hear the baby
Right.
screaming in the basement?
Exactly.
No, because he had that thing
Oh, he had a padded.
That's
had to be
right,
soundproof.
exactly.
and it was so.
Can I ask you a question? What color was this guy?
he was white.
No, I'm just curious.
Caucasian. I wouldn't
Oh,
say
okay.
white.
Okay.
Caucasian.
Okay, because I mean, now these days, it doesn't matter.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't
You got
matter.
Hispanic that was doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you watch Lifetime, you'll see that movie. Lifetime, I always watch all my Lifetime. I love Lifetime. But yeah, so I mean, it's like what you were saying. It goes
It's how
back
it's
to
raised. How you
Yeah.
were raised.
how you raised. But see, like what my brother was saying, he was molded. It was the way that my father, what he said to him, he molded and shaped him into that. What you were saying about how you know your low self-esteem.
Very.
Yeah.
Even I got low self-esteem because he did say, I do remember that, but then I had blocked a whole lot of stuff out.
Yeah.
So when he's saying stuff like that, he said that. I was like, I do remember him saying it to you.
He used
But
to
he
say
said
it to me.
to us too.
Yeah, like he would say it to me when we were alone a lot.
Wow.
And yeah, I tried to take my life several times because I kept
Right.
hearing him in my head saying, "You're stupid." And I said, "Why am I here?" At the age of 11, I tried to kill myself.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because who, as a kid, being verbally abused, who wants to hear that? Who wants to stick around and hear all that?
Right.
And it happened all the way to the age of 16, and I don't mind the world knowing because see, somewhere in this world, this is going on with a kid right now.
Right.
And I would just want to let you know, if you out there, I love you. Don't give up. Do not take your life. If there's a kid out there, do not take your life. You are somebody.
Yes, you are.
No matter what your mother or your father tell, if they say you stupid, you're ugly, say I'm beautiful.
Yep.
Yes.
Keep telling
Okay?
yourself that.
And no, reach out to somebody.
Yes.
Don't let them do that to you. I had nobody to reach out to. But you know what? I'm still here. God had purpose for me.
Yes.
Yeah. When I tried to take my life, I was almost 98% dead.
Wow.
The doctor said there's nothing I can do for him. But look, I'm still here.
Sure.
I died 3 times. Still here. I have these kids. God gave me these kids because I would never leave them. I done
Because
been
God
through it.
said He will never leave you. And
Yeah,
God
and He
had
has never.
purpose for you.
That's it.
And He wanted you to live so you can tell the story
Right.
and be able to tell the story
Tell
to
somebody
people,
else. You
have
a
a reason
wide
to
range
do
of
it,
people.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And another thing I just want to say, like, see, like we have in this setting here, it's a podcast, but it's also to help each other out. You know what I mean? It's good when we can come together, and that's what we need to do. Start an organization where parents, all black people, white people, whatever color you are, all come together and think how we can get our children back. You know, how we can get these young people. What can we do?
Well,
We gotta
first
come
of
together.
all, us as adults,
Yeah.
I keep saying it all the time, and I've said it many times to
Right.
different people. Stop saying you're so tired when you come home that you get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. Da, 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 da. I'm tired. I'm going in the room. You go in the room. No, don't do that.
yeah,
Right.
shutting them out.
Allow your kids to talk to you.
That's right.
About
Because they
whatever.
go through,
Yep.
yeah, they go through just as bad as you do.
Yeah.
Because you have other kids that come from broken homes,
Right.
that come to school,
Right.
and they go off on your kid.
Right,
Or they
we
might go
have
off
it.
on somebody else's
right.
kid
Yep.
and you know, aggravate them. They had a bad day. They come home, they act out, and you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Right now it's
right.
not this domino
Yeah.
effect.
You gotta meet your, especially with teenagers. You have to meet them where they're at.
Yeah, you do.
You know, if sometimes my kid if my kid come and lay in my bed with me, I stop whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, you have
Because
to.
it's
gotta
like,
give them that.
yeah, because I'm like, okay,
You know,
yeah.
How was your day?
What you want to watch, what you want to do, because that's it. For some reason, they wanted me in that second. So you have to be
And
present.
they want to feel special. to
Yeah,
their
and
parents.
it may be 5 minutes when they be like, okay, now you getting corny, I'm gonna leave.
Right.
You know, but they had that 5 minutes that they wanted to have with their mother and their
That
father.
They needed to have.
They
with
needed
you.
that.
Guys, we have 5 minutes left.
Okay.
You just want to say anything to the viewers? Anybody like leave a comment, like and subscribe. Just support us in what we're trying to do. You know, we want to put something out there in the air so everybody can hear what we're saying. If you agree with what we're saying, if you don't agree with what we're saying, whatever's on your mind, even if you want to share a partial of your story in a comment and say, hey, I've been through the same thing, or I experienced that, or we should go about it this way and that way. Just talk about it. Leave us a comment.
Yes.
And let's get ideas of topics. We're open to talk about anything.
That's right. Just like she said, if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, and pretty soon we're gonna be just on YouTube, but pretty soon we're gonna be going live, and have people call in, and we can hear your voice and you can be heard. You know what I mean?
Questions and
Yeah.
answers is good
Yeah.
too.
That's right.
Q&As.
Q&As.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we love y'all. We love y'all.
Love you.
Listen, help support, like and subscribe.
Like and
Please
subscribe.
share. We want to hear from you. We love y'all. All right?
That's it.
Support.
All right.
Hey.
Clap it up.
And next, Justin's gonna be the host next time.